A little bit different day today. I am going to Buffalo. I'm not going home to Ontario, so I'm going to stop at the restaurant and have a bite to eat with Tim, talk about the horses, talk about our game plan. As I said, Tim knows and you know, this will be my last day at the Meadows for a while, I suspect. Hopefully, if I show up here, it's because things aren't going good. So hopefully things stay good straight through the winter into the spring. Pretty good day today. White Tiger raced good, and it's, if you watch close, put a couple of steps in, but never ever offered or felt like he was going to make a break. And you can tell, I can tell you what those steps are. He drew blood on his elbow, and the only time this horse is he's done this since he was a baby. The only time he starts drawing blood on his elbows is when he's dialed in, he's on his A game, which sounds so stupid, but it just, I think when he's really trying 100%, he will reach up and touch that right elbow sometimes. So I'm just going to skip up to the barn here and talk to Tim. We're going to make, I don't want to go straight to an elbow boot. It's cumbersome, it's clunky, but I think we can cover it up. And just going to run into the barn in a minute. I think Tim and I can figure out something a little more lightweight that will just cover, it's an area that big, tiny little area, but it's painful. And you can tell, watch the race, you can see. Race good though, closing hard on the end of it. Really didn't do the moonwalk, he just ran out of track. You know, they raced well, they trotted strong. It was a mile 54 flat. It was a big mile. It had rained here all day, it was windy and cold. Just a good mile for White Tiger today. So I was happy. I know what's going on. I think Tim and I will get to the bottom of it. I'm certain we can rig something up for White Tiger, just to cover up that little spot on his elbow. But it's not something you just put a piece of plastic over or something, because it's always moving, right? It's always moving. It's about 2 inches below where the actual armpit of the horse would be. So it's a frustrating little spot, but I think we can get to the bottom of it this week. Compass Rose DC raced. Man, this filly is really transformed. She would never do that before. I know it was only a mile and 57, but she never let go of the bit. Usually you have to keep her engaged, and she was good. She just got beat fair and square on the front end. Not her greatest spot, but at the same time, when I make front and tap the brakes and no one's coming, you know, when I'm going 29-4 the second quarter, the first part of that second quarter is much slower. I'm trying to entice somebody out and coming. When I'm getting to the TV and I look up and no one's moving, now I got to get her moving, because what can happen with Compass Rose, and this has happened before, you go to put her in gear down the backstretch, she stalls a bit, she gets headed, she gets anxious, she makes a break. So I wanted to make sure that I let her float along at her own steam. I would have loved to get to the winner's circle. I would have been raving about her right now if I did. I just thought she raced really, really well. I think we put this filly away. She's not tired yet. We put this filly away. I think she's going to come back like a monster as a 4-year-old. And that is, that's a scary, scary animal. So I was happy with Tiger. Little equipment change we're going to work on now. Compass Rose DC was awesome. Changing of the guard raced really well too. First over, second and 57. Showed a lot of grit and determination. Yeah, he didn't have the eye of the tiger down the lane to go at the winner, but coasted by the second horse, secured the second place finish, and ended up racing well in a, you can tell this horse is getting to be a better horse. Now, we've earmarked him to be sold. I can make a very good argument to turn him out and see what he comes back like at 4, but we bought him to sell him. We've raced him to sell him. I posted him for sale. If we sell him, we sell him. If we don't, we'll continue to race him. But I was very happy with changing a guard. And even Rooney Blue Chip today, you know, got away last. Get the 8-hole. What am I going to do? It's not like he's got a ton of gate speed. My options are extremely limited at the draw. The horse that won that race was a horse that I had made a fairly sizable offer on earlier in the summer. If you go back and look, the horse that beat Stonebridge Simba a nose at the wire last night, or a neck, whatever you want to call it, is the same horse that beat the horse that won the maiden today, Father Time. He finished second to Big Box Hanover, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago, and somebody had said you should buy that horse, and I'd asked him, did he want to sell him, and it was going to be a sizable offer, and he declined. There was no how much. There was no, I'm not selling him. So that's how much he thought of that horse. I was pretty disgusted to see him and to go, good for him, but wow, that was an awful, you know, some awful thievery went on today in the maiden trot. So he went in 57-1. I think Rooney probably trotted 58-3, 58-4, but he wasn't on that line. Last week, if you watch the race, he is on the left line so hard. We used to get on the right line. Now he's up on the left line. But little Rolly today, we let his hobbles out. You know, he wasn't on the line. I let his hobbles out. He was trotting well. we do have this horse earmarked for sale, and he will be for sale. But he's a nice horse too, and I was very interested the way he steered today. Perfectly good. So just a little equipment adjustment, as I said to you last week, we would make. And Rooney Blue Chip would be good. Even I didn't think he would steer that good, but he was very, very good today. So a good day across the board. I know I'm going to head y'all off the pass. Yes, I did catch the race at Harness AM1. I'm getting burned by people saying, "Oh, good thing we get rid of her. She only got 5 wins in a second since they claimed her off you." Yes, okay, you win. We took the hobbles off her. We were the ones that raced her in where she would get some confidence. And the fruits of our labor are being gathered by other people. But it is what it is. That's horse racing, right? You can be upset about it, but if you think every horse you sell is going to go backwards, that's just silly, right? Just silly. So, a good day for us. This is my closing day. I would love to win with White Tiger. He raced good. I think he's on his... In fact, I know he's on his game because anytime he ever touched that elbow is right when he was or in the middle of racing very, very good. So I was very happy with the way Tim has all the horses hung up. I paid very close attention to where we had the hobble set, and everything was set up for today. I don't think there's any need for me to be here after today. I love racing at the Meadows, but with everything going on, man, Christmas is coming. We got a family. We have all these cases jumping up, not just in the U.S., but in Canada also. So just trying to be as safe as I can. So I actually went today, and I was going to take an antibody test. I said, all this traveling, and maybe I did have it. I didn't know it. Can't get one. Can't get one anywhere. I know Matt Kikali's girlfriend had said to me on Facebook, go get an antibody test. I'm like, that makes sense. I went to go get one. No, you can't get one anywhere. Before you're in the States and say, here's how you get it, Anthony, has to be referred by a doctor, I would have bought the package and dropped it off. But it just seemed like it was an impossible thing to do. I'm going to keep searching today, but nevertheless, it doesn't matter. It means zero in the big scheme of things. I'm still going to go home. I'm going to, get my COVID test, take it easy for 14 days. Now, I will, go to the barn, but aside from the barn, kind of hide out for 14 days and make sure my family and my friends and everybody in racing is safe. So that's a wrap for me in the United States, for at least in Pennsylvania. Tomorrow, I drive now to Buffalo. I'm going to fly to Delaware. Well, I'm going to fly to Philadelphia. I'm going to drive to, Greg Schoner and I are going to drive to Delaware. I'm going to race Jazzy Judy in West 52nd tomorrow. I'm going to fly back to New York and drive home. That should likely be the last time I cross the border until the year 2021. So that is it. We've had a great year here. I hope we keep up the good work. Tim's done a great job. Billy Rhodes now has Stonebridge Simba. That horse looked awesome last night at Northfield Park. Good job by them, by Tim and Billy. Who else? Cavill Hanover's racing great. West 52nd is racing great. We're having a pretty good run. So let's keep it up. I told everybody also, just as we close here, that we were looking at claiming a horse next week at Northfield. I got about 12 people on board right now, but I have to assume that's a quarter, maybe 30% of a horse. If you're out there and you want to claim a horse in Northfield Park next week in the claiming series, let me know. I will claim one if we have everything gathered up. I will claim one, but it will be dependent on you. So a good day today for us at the Meadows. Again, Rooney Blue Chip, satisfactory, I guess. He's on the sale board. Changing of the guard was very good. He's on the sale board. Compass Rose DC was fantastic. She's most definitely not on the sale board. And also, White Tiger was very good also. So that's it. We'll talk to you guys soon. Hope you had a good day. I had an okay day. Got rained on a little bit. Wasn't too happy about that. Hopefully the weather's really good for tomorrow in Delaware. Take care.